Hi, my name is Seal and I am selling off a bunch of my gear on the official Seal shop on reverb.com. I feel that, well, first of all, I'm fortunate enough that I have a lot of gear. I buy way too many pedals, way too many amps, and there are only so many hours in the day, and I think it is an absolute travesty to collect if you're not playing through them. So I'm giving people the opportunity to buy some guitars that I'm not playing and a whole bunch of pedals that I am not using. You read about these things, you watch YouTube tutorials and reviews on these pedals, and you buy a bunch of pedals until you realize that buying more pedals doesn't make you a better guitarist. Certainly in my case, you end up just buying tons and tons of pedals, and there are some that you just don't get around to playing. I think each pedal that you buy, you have to give it a certain amount of time. Even the ones that you don't necessarily particularly gel with at the beginning, you got to understand that this is what these guys do. Like, it's their art, and they hear something and they try and create it. And each pedal requires a certain amount of time for you to sit with and really get into it and find its sweet spots and find what it wants to do and what it doesn't want to do. And then you decide whether that's for you. Spaceman pedals, even though I really like them, I just didn't have the time to, because there were others that kind of caught my attention or pulled me away from the time that I would give to them. The reason the Loudon is for sale is I learned to play right-handed guitars upside down. I played like that for most of my career. And then about 1.5 years ago, I had this completely inexplicably asinine idea of learning to play a left-handed guitar, true left-hander, like this is structured, right? And I took lessons for about 6 months. And I figured, well, it wouldn't be such a hard transition to learn how to play true lefty because I only know about 5 chords in any case, right? So I was like, how difficult can it be? So I persevered for about 5 to 6 months. And I suddenly thought, like, why am I doing this? Now, during that time, I had a bunch of existing guitars converted over. And then I decided after 6 months it was a terrible idea because I just didn't like the way my chords started to sound normal. One of my go-tos is a C with a G bass, and I use that on so many things, and I wasn't able to do it in the same way. And so I had about 12 guitars changed over from righty necks to true lefties, and then I had some guitars made. And this particular one I bought, which is a true lefty. I got it from Loudon. And then my friend my friends at Goodall made me 2 true lefties for the first time in our 28-year relationship. They made me 2 true lefty guitars. In order for me to play it, because I reverted back to how I originally learned, it would have to be a lefty but with a right-handed neck, as are 99% of my guitars. You can kind of do that with electrics, but with acoustics it's a little more tricky because the bridge is set within this saddle, and you could do it, but it's I have too much respect for instruments than to kind of upset them because of my indecisive nonsense. So this Loudon guitar that I bought is beautiful, is for sale. It's a true lefty, and let me see, it's got Lloyd's pickups in it, Lloyd Baggs hi-fi duet, so it's beautifully set together. And then there are these Goodalls which suffered the same fate They are true lefties, but I unfortunately cannot play them. Let me see if I can remember how to play it. Oh, well, first tune it or kill me. But yeah, they're a true lefty with the high E at the bottom and the low E at the top. So as much as it pains me to part with them, because I don't like parting with guitars, like I'll sell, you know, pedals, and I will give amps away, but guitars, they are, you know, they're a lot more personal. But again, I would rather someone put them to good use rather than you know, keeping them and gawking at them. I went through the whole kind of journey of, you know, oh, but this box does everything. I mean, does that ever end? No, probably not. But the conclusion that I came to is that there's room for both. You know, I'm always going to play through analog pedals and a real amp first and foremost. But there are those situations where, you know, if you're at a festival and you can't be guaranteed that somebody has, you know, not messed with your gear since sound check, assuming of course you did have a sound check, you know, that's where modelers have their place, and the Headrush is no exception. But I do have a lot because I have gone through that journey of, does this sound A, B, and does this sound good, or is this as much fun? I mean, they're all fun too. They're all great and they're all fun. You acquire all this stuff, don't you? One does. You acquire all of this stuff, limited edition vinyl programs, all of this stuff, like from past tours, you know, and I guess stuff that marks certain stages of my career. I mean, I have so many, I still have a lot of stuff. You know, I've been one of those people that have just accumulated, even though I'm not necessarily you know, no Shreddy Van Seelen when it comes to guitar or anything like that, but I've just always admired and appreciated great, you know, great sounding amps. I do have a great ear. Great sounding amps, great sounding guitars, great sounding pedals, and so I buy them as much because I am a fan, or I just love them. You know, they're pieces of art. I buy them for that reason as much as, you know, ones that I stick with and play with. And so, long and short of it is that I just have a ton of gear that is criminal to be sitting here not doing anything when there are people who can put them to way better use than I ever could. If you want to know more about the gear and you would like to buy some, well, just go to reverb.com and you'll be able to learn a lot more about what it is that has formed such a profound part of my life and career, and how you can access some of it.